Hello everyone and welcome back to another Satisfactory video. In today's video we'll be looking at the last part of our little series of transportation within Satisfactory, and that would be the drones. Yes, they added drones not too long ago and we are now standing on top of a drone port, but in essence, what the issue is you've got, let's look over there, we've got our train set up. Now, a train station needs a little power line or a train line to go all the way for the trains to go from one side to the next, moving massive amounts of resources from one place to another. You've got your cars over here, so your cars use as a truck stop to unload and reload, and they are not super fast, but they are pretty cheap to build and very easy to get, especially after the last update. Go check that video if you want to see how the new changes work. And now you've got drones. So where does drones fall in? Now, drones is a late-ish game addition to the thing. It needs quite a bit of advanced technology to go. So number one is how this in front of me is a drone port. So let's just go top of this just to show you. So the drone port on the back end, it's got the same type of style as the rest. I've got an input, an output. So this is where if I put some resources, I could put whatever resources. Let's put some iron ore over there. It will load into the drone port. All good and well. Now, instead of fuel that you need for like this, let's just look here in the back. You'll see that this has the fuel input. For fuel on drones, you need batteries. Now, this is why I say the drones are a bit of a late game type of thing, because making batteries is not an easy task. It takes quite a bit. So if you don't see them yet, it's going to take a while to get there. Okay, now I've built my drone port. What now? How does it work? What does it do? Okay, so if you see here, let's configure this drone port. You'll see that there is, I've got all these little tabs at the top, which makes no sense at the moment, but I'm just going to take that out. There's nothing really to do. You've got your outgoing, incoming, transfer rate, and all these type of nice thingies, but it really doesn't mean anything. You can't just build it and it works. So this sits under the transportation and you build the drone port. For it to work though, you need a drone. So now you can see I can't build this drone in the middle of nowhere. If I try to build it there or there, it doesn't work. So, but as soon as I come on top of this, there we go. Okay, now I've got a drone. Look at those. Look at that. Pretty neat. Okay. Now I've got the red color scheme for my factory. That's why this drone is red. But as you can see, I can't actually configure the drone. So I can't go into it like a car or like a chain. If I look at this, there we go. There's nothing. Nothing comes up. But what does come up is the configure port. Now, you can see at this moment, I really cannot do anything much at all. But there is one important thing. Let's say I've now built this in a completely new spot and I'm bringing in some really awesome resource, but I don't want to build a train line all over the map. I want to transport this to a new location. Now, it can't transport a lot at one stage, but it can transport quite a bit. So now, let's say this is me flying and walking all across the map to my other factory where I kind of need this resource. Now I'm going to build another drone port, and let's just place it down like this, and let's grab some power. Okay, power to this guy. Okay, now this thing has power, but how does it work? So I've got a drone over there. It's loading up all the type of stuff that I want from it. Now I come to this one that I've built far off in a distant land, and now I can configure it. So if you look here, there's no drone, nothing's happening whatsoever. If you look at this port, you can see that I can set something now. I can actually set this as my drone port 1. My drone port 1, I can also select as And now I can see this port as drone port 2. Now as soon as I'm done with that, some magic should start happening over there. There we go. You can see there's an animation. And there we go. It's going to start coming to this side. Now it loads the same like a train. It needs to load something to bring over. Takes off for a bit. And then it's going to just take off all into the sky. And then it really zooms. You'll see now. Let's see this guy coming. It's still taking. And it's there. So yeah, this is a very short distance. But yes, it will now, if you look on, let's just look at this. It's going to say it's got incoming, but I've not really configured anything for this. It will now land and it will unload everything that it had. If I had anything connected to this. So if this was my factory, it would go unload all of the items that it's just picked up. And as soon as it's done with that, this little drone will start flying again and we'll go to the next factory. Okay, so let's just look. The one other thing is you can actually fly on these drones and it's a lot of fun. So let's just wait for it to take off. There we go. It's going to take off. This little antenna and the sounds it makes is awesome. Here we go. Look at the antenna. And now we're really going to zoom. There you go. Oh, that's fast. And you can actually see the little afterburners burning. So yeah, you can actually ride these things from one place to another. Pretty fun. But yeah, that is one way to basically transfer a whole bunch of stuff from one place to another. Using these drones. Now, I am sure I've had it set up before as a tester just before this video to unload and load everything. But yeah, you can see this is a very quick and easy way because now I don't have to build all those tracks to get from one spot to another. I can literally just wait for this thing to do its job and it will take everything from one side to another. But yes, these little things really come in handy. They are expensive though. Like I said, they take quite a bit to build. If we go into the build queue, you'll see that you at least need to be in the aluminium stage because you need to build quite a bit. So you need a lot of resources for this, even for the drone, to actually build them. And yeah, you need to, it takes, once you've basically built them, get the batteries, because they are not that expensive on batteries either. I think this one used about 6 or 7 batteries in the, well, a bit more. You can see it's actually pretty much expensive. 5 per trip. There we go. So it uses 5 batteries per trip and it takes 2 minutes and 23 seconds for a round trip. So it is expensive in batteries, but yeah, the battery production goes pretty quickly, so you should have no problems with that. Yeah, guys, that is the last part of what I would say is the transportation aspect of Satisfactory. It's the advanced and last part that you get to. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you want to see more of this, hit the subscribe. Until next time, this has been Zombie Vega. Bye.